Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Brandon Forbes. I'm an online coach that helps people scale with paid ads, dialing in their message, getting really good at sales, and building client fulfillment systems that scale without their time. I'm going to show you how to hire your team, scale your team, all that kind of stuff on my YouTube channel. But in this video specifically, I'm going to cover the 6 biggest mistakes I've made from collecting over $2 million cash this year alone in my coaching business with a couple months left in the year. And again, this is me right here. My name is Brandon Forbes. And, this was April, 2022 through October. I'd have to update the numbers now, but we spent around $450,000 on Facebook ads in the last 12 months, 60 to 70,000 by now on YouTube. There's at least 50 there for sure. I've grew my Instagram to around 37,000 followers. This number is a little outdated. And basically I went from somebody who was on the edge of quitting my business to making around $150,000 to $200,000 per month in my online coaching business. And that's not even the cool part. The cool part is the amount of people that we helped do the same thing. Like, we literally have hundreds and hundreds of case studies. We've helped thousands of people that have joined our programs. And I'm going to cover the mistakes from scale, right? This is the stuff most people would never talk about in a YouTube video, and I'm just going to cover and be completely transparent with you guys and show you what I wish I would have done differently. And my goal is to save you an absurd amount of time, money, and really emotion so you don't make the same mistakes I did. So, scale your purpose is lesson number 1 from scale. A lot of people, they start coaching, they start a business, and they aren't even purposeful in it. They literally aren't making any impact. They hate what they do. They hate who they work with, how they do it, and they're just there to make money. And if you could avoid all that and just start with scaling your purpose, you'll be a lot happier. And here's kind of a breakdown of how I coach people on doing that. I believe everyone has 3 things. They have a skill, they have a passion, and they have a purpose. And our framework, we teach you how to build a coaching business that encompasses all 3. So you're in your passion, your skill, and your purpose. And there we find harmony and alignment. So that is lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is to scale with power, not with force. So many times I've tried to force certain things, force certain funnels, spend way too much on ads, hire extra closers, and it was more so out of force, trying to pry the door open instead of power. Whenever you're walking in power, things just kind of happen. And at least in my belief system, I try to lean into the Lord to get my power and get my vision and get my clarity. I don't just try to open doors that aren't supposed to be open anymore, but I did at the beginning. And a lot of people do this, and it costs you a lot of time, money, sleep, and honestly, you just end up building a business that you don't love, right? For example of this is 1 month, I spent $80,000 on ads, and my sales team's calendar looked like this. Now, if I was to pull up our current sales calendar, we have 1/10 the amount of calls and make twice as much money because we're doing it out of power, nurturing people, working with really good leads, and we're not just trying to force things open anymore. So that's just a quick example of power versus force. The next one, number 3, is scale your team with depth, not with numbers. Earlier on, my team structure looked like this. I had a lot of people, lower profit, and I really didn't even know how to manage people at the time. So I just thought hiring more people meant that we'd make more impact and more money, and it's just simply not true. My team looks like this now. It's me, a fractional integrator that literally just shows up 1 hour per week on a team meeting, a setter who doubles as a closer, a client success manager, and a content creator who oversees a couple of fractional video editors for us to make videos like this and TikToks. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Shorts, all the short content, all of our ad content, and YouTube videos. So this is really all I need to make $150,000 to $200,000 a month. And all we're planning on doing in the future is splitting that setter-closer role into 2 parts, having a full-time closer, full-time setter. But we haven't needed it because we just hyper-nurture, and the leads that want to work with us are highly qualified. They're ready to pay in full, and they don't like to waste people's time because they don't have a lot of it themselves, because they're super serious, pretty high-achieving people is who we tend to attract, right? Number 4, this is a huge one. If this was all you watch in this video, this will save you tens and tens of thousands of dollars, is scaling your ads horizontally, not vertically. So when I first started, I would have an ad that would crush, and I would just spend $500, $1,000 on one creative versus splitting the budget across multiple ads. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So when I first started, I found a winning ad and I spent $1,000 a day. And honestly, the ads would start to break. And then what I realized was if I would actually break that up into 9 different creatives at $111 a day, the performance from those ads is 10x what it was when I tried to scale one creative too far. And this is something that I actually learned from trial and error. And I later realized that Sam Ovens had a teaching on this and a couple other guys back in the day when they would spend, $10,000 a day on ads, whatever. So yeah, when you're scaling your ads, for instance, if you follow me, you implemented a follower ad and you're spending 50 a day, the temptation is to turn it up to 100, 200, 500. But what you should actually do is instead of touching it, leave it alone. Ads tend to get angry when you mess with them. Leave it alone. Don't touch it, especially if it's working. Launch a new one. And then when that one's working, launch a new one and a new one and a new one. And you'll keep scaling and making more money that way versus just trying to spend, $1,000 a day. Number 5 from scale, lesson number 5, is scale your long form content. Videos like this, where you get to spend more time with people, build more trust. And honestly, it's basically the 3 things people need to buy from you. They need to know you, they need to like you, and then they need to trust you. They need to know your personality, they need to like it. So not everyone will like you, and that's okay. And then they need to know that you can help. And whenever they know those things, the chances of them paying you are a lot higher than not. So this is one of our funnels. I'm going to try and make my face smaller here so you can see it. So the top of the funnel is new follower ads going down to Instagram, right, to conversations, retargeting ads. Here, let me pull out my little marker here. So new follower ads going down to Instagram content, which later turn into conversions, retargeting ads, CTAs, conversations, and then basically they get on a sales call with us and end up closing, right? One thing I realized not too late, but later on that would have saved me thousands of dollars, which is why I'm making this video for you guys, is if I would have launched long form content a lot sooner, I would have built a deeper trust with my audience and made a lot more money. So one of my biggest regrets, if not my biggest regret, was not scaling my long form sooner. So I really encourage you guys to start making YouTube videos, taking people from your Instagram or email list, wherever, and getting them to your YouTube channel to watch your long form content. Lesson number 6 is scaling MRR, right? My new thesis is if you don't have MRR, you don't actually have a business. You're basically running a marketing agency. Here's a screenshot of $60,000 whatever of MRR, and it went down significantly because we switched off of Stripe to a different processor, but just showing you that it's there and that you should definitely be focusing in on MRR. So what can you do MRR? Like all that stands for is monthly recurring revenue. So a couple of examples of what we do is we have a mastermind with weekly payments. This is people that I like to work with on a one-to-one basis. I don't accept everyone into this program, right? We have ongoing coaching after our 90-day programs. If you want to stay in the program, you can continue to pay weekly and keep access to the calls, courses, all that. And we have a beginner program that's $250 a week, right? So that is how we do MRR. And guys, those are my 6 biggest regrets from scale. So just to recap, I'll go through it again just real quick. Number 1, scale your purpose. Number 2, scale with power, not with force, right? Number 3 is scale your team with depth, meaning skill, making sure you're hiring good people that actually care about your vision, here for the long term, and as a team, you can all make good money together. Number 3 is scale your ads horizontally, not vertically. Number 4 is scale your long form content. Make sure you're putting out a lot of really good content. And lastly, make sure you have some type of monthly recurring revenue on your business. That way, if you have a bad month, your ad account gets shut down, you're low on cash, whatever, you still have payments coming in. So again, guys, I hope this video helps. Literally 6 lessons from scale. If this video encouraged you, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and honestly, just share it with a friend who you thought maybe could benefit from it, right? So again, if you like the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below, and I'll chat with you guys soon.